don't have no comment to that, because it's negative and you're being negative. And I met the mayor, right, and nothing they can do about it.
To give you a direct statement right there is me playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
to give you a direct statement right there.
Celebrities aren't afraid to shut down disrespectful interviewers when pushed too far. Whether with sharp comebacks, a cold stare, or walking off set, these stars aren't shy about making it clear when they've had enough poor treatment. When interviewers cross the line, they quickly learn these celebrities aren't the ones to be disrespected. Number 1. Let's start with the moment when the reporter's fixation on Anne Hathaway's fitness was relentless, beginning with an eager, "You're in phenomenal shape. Did you have to get in perfect shape for this role?"
You are in phenomenal shape.
Thank you.
You're very
gracious.
Hathaway, composed but firm, redirected the conversation. It wasn't about being in perfect shape. It was about doing the stunts and fight scenes well.
It wasn't about being in perfect shape, it was about being able to do the stunts and the fighting perfectly.
Clear answer. Yet the reporter pressed on. Is there a specific diet or workout you follow? What's the feline fitness regime?
certain regimen you put yourself through in terms of the diet, the workout. What is the feline fitness regime?
The attempt at humor did little to mask the intrusive nature of the question. Hathaway, her patience wearing thin, offered a clipped response. It's just the usual boring stuff. Watching what you eat and hitting the gym.
It's all the boring stuff that no one ever wants to do. It's just watch what you eat and get yourself to the gym.
Still, the questions didn't stop. And then, the breaking point. Are you trying to lose weight? What do you want? Do you want to fit in a cat suit? We need to talk about something else.
Are you trying to lose weight?
Well,
what's the deal, man? You look great.
No.
No, seriously. We have to talk about this. What do you want? Are you trying to fit into a cat suit?
A sharp pivot, a clear boundary. The message was unmistakable. Even when asked about the comfort of her costume, she maintained her composure. It was form-fitting, not exactly sweatpants. Christian Bale had it worse in his batsuit. With a final deflection, the conversation steered away at last. But composure isn't always easy to hold. Mike Tyson learned firsthand. When an interview took a turn he didn't see coming. What began as a standard conversation shifted without warning. You know, you were convicted. This could hurt your campaign. What do you think about that?
We know you're a convicted rapist. This could hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that?
The words landed like a punch, but Tyson didn't back down. Hey, I don't know who told you that. You're the only one saying it. I have nothing to say about it because it's negative, and you're being negative.
I don't know who said that. You don't even know who said that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that, because it's negative and you're being negative.
It was a sharp response, but the damage was done. The attempt to move on came too late. The frustration boiled over. You come across as a nice guy, but you're a piece of shit.
Highs and lows.
It's so interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey.
Live on air, no filter, no hesitation. And when asked if the interview was nerve-wracking, he didn't hold back. It's more nerve-wracking talking to a piece of trash like you. Let's end this interview.
All right, we're gonna wrap up this interview. Thank you for coming in.
Fuck you.
And with that, it was over. 3. Well, not every exit is loud. Some are quiet and controlled, yet just as final. Robert Downey Jr. proved that he wasn't willing to follow when an interview took a turn. The host, Krishna Guru Murthy, started carefully. I know we're here to promote the movie, but we also want to touch on your side a bit. Are you comfortable talking about yourself right now?
That's why we're talking about the movie, but we also would like to talk a little bit about you, and I don't know how comfortable you are, talking about yourself.
A polite opening, an invitation. Downey agreed. Briefly. Sure, but let's get to it quickly. We've got 2 or 3 more minutes. Then, the shift. You've spoken about your relationship with your father and how it affected your dark times, drugs, drinking. Do you feel free from that now?
Your relationship with your father and, the dark periods you entered and taking drugs and drinking and all of that.
That is a loaded question. Downey tensed. I'm not sure what you're getting at.
What are we doing?
The interviewer backtracked. I'm just asking questions. I hope that's okay.
Well, I'm just asking questions, that's all.
Right.
It wasn't. Downey stood, calm but firm. Bye. And just like that, he was gone, leaving the host stunned. An awkward apology, the only thing left to say. 4. Anyway, not all debates end in silence. Some explode into full-blown clashes, like Elon Musk's fiery exchange with Don Lemon. The conversation began with history, slavery, struggle, the weight of the past. Musk, unfazed, pushed back. Everyone was a slave. It's just a question of when.
We are all descended from slaves.
Yeah.
Well, all of us.
Yeah.
It's just a question of when.
This bold statement instantly shifted the tone. Lemon countered, pressing the issue. That doesn't mean a lot to people who couldn't access the opportunities you did simply because of their skin color.
Who aren't able to take advantage of the opportunities that you were able to take advantage of, simply because the color of your skin.
The tension rose. Musk didn't hesitate. What advantages did my color give me?
What advantages did my color of my skin give me?
A challenge, direct and unfiltered. Lemon pressed on. There's an ease you have in society that many people of color don't.
Well, there's an ease that you have in society that many people of color don't.
But Musk wasn't convinced. If we keep discussing it non-stop, it will never disappear.
If we keep talking about it non-stop, it will never go away.
A firm stance, a clear message. Dwelling on divisions won't erase them. A heated moment, a debate that left no middle ground. 5. And sometimes, the tension isn't just political, it's personal. On The View, Joy Behar tried putting Matthew McConaughey on the spot, but the plan backfired spectacularly. It started with an unexpected jab at his close friend, tennis legend Novak Djokovic. Behar interrupted, throwing shade at the athlete. McConaughey caught off guard, didn't take the bait. Instead, he kept his response measured. I was thrilled to be at his matches and to sit with his family.
I was happy to be in his box, got to sit behind his parents, which was really awesome.
It was a polite deflection, but the mood had shifted. Then, Behar pushed harder. Do you think you can get elected in Texas if you're anti-gun?
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
A pointed question meant to corner him. But McConaughey didn't flinch. If you want a direct answer, I'm not interested in playing that game.
To give you a direct statement right there is me playing a game that I'm not interested in playing.
Okay,
To give you a
don't do
direct
it.
statement.
His frustration showed, but his composure never cracked. Behar kept pressing, but it was clear McConaughey wouldn't lose control. 6. But that's not all. Public scrutiny is nothing new for Lindsay Lohan, but few moments were as brutal as her interview with David Letterman. What was meant to be a light-hearted promotion quickly turned into an ambush. Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?
Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?
The question came without warning. Lohan, caught off guard, forced a polite response. 3 months. But Letterman wasn't done. How many times have you been? What are they working on this time? The jabs kept coming, relentless and cutting. She did her best to stay composed, returning the conversation to her movie. But the interrogation continued. Are you going to be in rehab on May 2nd? Who's taking you?
You have to be in rehab May 2nd. Are you going to be there?
The audience laughed, but Lohan didn't. Her voice shook. I don't want people to think I'm joking. It's not a joking matter. Still, Letterman pushed. Still, he laughed. What should have been a professional interview became something else entirely. A public humiliation. A moment that still lingers as one of the most uncomfortable in late-night history. 7. Well, some interviews crossed the line, turning into something else entirely. On Channel 4 News, Krishnan Guru Murthy sat across from Quentin Tarantino, ready to dissect his latest film. The conversation began with the usual pleasantries. Congrats on the movie! But the tone shifted fast. So why choose slavery as a theme? Did it just fit with the Western setting?
Congratulations on the movie. Why did you want to make a movie with slavery as a theme? Did that just come with making a Western in that period?
It's a loaded question, dismissive at best. Tarantino, measured but firm, didn't hesitate. I've always wanted to tackle slavery in film, but what sparked this story was the idea of a black American hero, a folkloric figure who could seek revenge and get justice.
I've always wanted to explore slavery, but I guess the reason that actually made me put pen to paper was to give black American males a Western hero that could actually be empowering and actually pay back blood for blood.
A clear answer, but it wasn't enough. Guru Murthy kept pushing, the tension quietly building. Not only this, but then came the question that set everything off. Why are you so sure there's no link between enjoying movie violence and real violence?
Why are you so sure that there's no link between enjoying movie violence and enjoying real violence?
The frustration boiled over. I'm not going to answer that question. Don't try to make me dance to your tune. I refuse to answer. I'm not a monkey for you to perform tricks for.
Why I'm so sure? Do not ask me a question like that. I'm not biting. I refuse your question. Because I refuse your question. I'm not your slave and you're not my master. You can't make me dance to your tune. I'm not a monkey.
A sharp response, but the provocation had been relentless. A few seconds of silence. An interview went wrong. Another moment that lingers as a lesson is how quickly things can fall apart. A8. On the list, Dana White, never one to hold back, always made his stance clear. When a reporter attempted to bait Sean Strickland with sensitive questions, White didn't flinch. He stood firm, defending Strickland's right to speak freely. "I don't control what my fighters say," White stated bluntly. "If you're that easily offended, you're in the wrong business." It's a direct hit, and there is no sugarcoating. The journalist pressed on, but White wasn't having it. He didn't just defend Strickland, he called out the reporter as part of the problem, a symptom of today's oversensitivity, of a world too quick to clutch its pearls. Fighters don't filter themselves, and White wasn't about to start. No apologies, no backtracking. It was just another moment where an attempt to corner someone backfired spectacularly. And with that, the conversation was over. One more exchange that left its mark. 9. In another intense moment, Kyrie Irving wasn't about to let the reporter twist his words. In a tense post-game interview, he addressed the controversy surrounding his post about a movie, calmly defending his intent. "I wasn't comparing or promoting hate," he stated firmly, standing by his right to share publicly available content without being labeled as anti-Semitic. The reporter pushed further, but Irving held his ground. He emphasized that his words had been misunderstood and rejected any notion that he was promoting hate. Irving quickly distanced himself when the discussion shifted to Alex Jones, clearly stating that sharing an old clip didn't mean he endorsed Jones's views. As the interview went on, Irving's resolve only grew stronger. Despite the reporter's attempts to bait him, he didn't waver. No apologies, no backing down. What should have been a simple conversation turned into a standoff, a moment that highlighted Irving's refusal to let anyone dictate his words or beliefs. The interview ended, leaving a lasting impression of defiance. 10. In the end, Sonny Hostin tried to twist Killer Mike's words on The View, hoping to corner him into a response she could challenge. But Killer Mike wasn't having any of it. He quickly shut her down, calling out the misinformation and refusing to let her misrepresent him.
You know I can't say it.
His frustration was palpable as he calmly but firmly corrected Hostin, making it clear he wouldn't let her put words in his mouth.
I like to say all of my heroes have been in handcuffs. Malcolm, Martin, Mandela, Medgar.
Despite Hostin's attempts to steer the conversation, Killer Mike remained resolute, confidently standing his ground. No backtracking, no backing down. What should have been a smooth discussion became a decisive moment of accountability, leaving Hostin stunned and the audience in awe. This exchange wasn't just about words, it was about respect. So, who's your pick for the ultimate celebrity shutdown? Did they shut down the disrespect, or did the interview take a wild turn? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.